My name's David Derbyshire. I'm an independent technology consultant. I've been working in hospitality for about 13 years, so a relative newcomer compared to some of you. My company is Loveday Consulting, which I set up a year or so ago. I've been doing some work with luxury organizations like Mayborn and Kempinski. Prior to that, I worked for Hilton for about 9 or 10 years doing IT service delivery and service management, as well as managing the field technology team for the UK and Ireland. So I've seen a lot of innovations come and go in the last few years. And I was reflecting on this session earlier and realized that it was only 10 years ago that most hotels were still charging upwards of 10 or 15 pounds a night for Wi-Fi for guests, which is obviously largely a thing of the past. So I'd like to introduce you to Joe and Jawad. So Joe, as Charles mentioned, is VP Brand Operations and Guest Experience for PPHE. Joe spent around 20 years working as a GM and in numerous operational roles with Park Plaza Hotels and Resorts, Gourman and Thistle, or now GLH. And Jawad is the SVP Technology and Business Solutions with PPHE. I hope you won't mind me saying you're a veteran of luxury hospitality, Jawad, with almost 25 years working in leadership and tech roles with Imperial London Hotels, Mayborn, Corinthia Hotels, Anantara, and Jumeirah Hotels and Resorts. PPHE, and we should have a slide coming up shortly with some facts and figures about PPHE. PPHE is a multi-brand portfolio of 51 properties across 8 countries with almost 10,000 rooms. And they also have 8 campsites in Croatia with 6,000 pitches and mobile homes, so a very diverse portfolio. Brands that you'll be familiar with include Park Plaza, Art Hotel, Radisson Red and Radisson Collection, and Arena Hotels, Resorts and Campsites. And PPHE are celebrating because last night at the annual Katie's Awards, the Art Hotel in Battersea won Katie's Hotel of the Year. So congratulations to them. So this session, we're here to talk about how the pragmatic use of tech can enhance the guest experience and how the evolution of hospitality technology can be used to simplify operations and delight the guest. That sounds easy, right? So the first question I wanted to ask is to both of you, but we'll start with Jawad. And this is around reflecting on how the guest experience has changed as we've entered this new exciting era of technology. So Jawad, first of all to you, how has the definition of great guest experience evolved in the last few years? And what role is technology playing in shaping it at hotel level?
Very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, David, for the intro. So the great guest experience has definitely fundamentally shifted within the last 2-3 years massively. It's not just about a clean room or providing services like ordering, etc. It's more of providing really a personalized services where it can be a personalized experience for a guest, including a true seamless digital platform, which can enable them to look through to have a full experience for a full journey through look to book to stay, communication, and check out, and even after the post-stay as well. So it has massively changed. And I think that the technology is now revolving. I can give an example. We're dealing with different generations now. It's not about adopting anymore. It's been there. It's been adopted already. Funny thing, but even if you look at the new generation, my own kids, 4 kids sitting in one room, they're all actually utilizing their own phone, not even talking to each other. They're communicating through devices. So that's the new generation we're dealing with. And we need to prepare ourselves, geared up to handle that kind of guest to cater for services.
Yeah, and same question to you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, just completely following on from that, it's shifted so much in the last few years, and it's still massively shifting. And I think we've got so much in the pipeline this year. We talk about pipelines, we talk about roadmaps. I mean, for PPHE, we already have quite a strong digital experience. So you can check in online, you can do pretty much everything you want digitally when you're staying in a hotel, check out online, digital key, etc. And I think, kind of moving forward, we're going to tell you about some case studies that are currently happening, and then also what's coming up. But I think also it's like team shift. I think we're going to, already this morning, so many of you have spoken about guest, but you've also spoken about that importance of team adoption. And I think guest experience has changed, but our teams are adapting to that. So a couple of years ago, you'd be putting tech into a hotel, and the team would go, great, here's some nice tech, but the operation stays the same. And I think now we're fundamentally changing the way operations is working, which has to happen. I think someone mentioned about room allocations before. I mean, this can take hours in some of our properties. And if we don't change that, then the tech isn't going to work properly. So, and the way that we really need it to effectively. So all of that shifting.
Thank you, Jo. And another question to you, Jo. Can you give an example where those digital tools are making a measurable improvement to the guest journey or the brand experience, for example?
I mean, yeah, many. I think so much opportunity as we move forward with all the projects currently ongoing. But AI, I think, how many times we've mentioned today, but we're going to mention it, let's be honest. We have a roadmap, so we really have committed this year to incorporating AI into our business, but making sure that it's in the right place, doing the right thing. And I think one of our real key successes, it's like only happened over the last couple of months, is with our customer service centre. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of emails coming into inboxes. And we have added a virtual agent to manage this inbox. And from this, we're now, I think it's like up to 53% of our emails are now being handled by the virtual agent. And half of those, and now I was amazed when I was looking at these statistics, it's like do not reply emails. So, you know, coming from OTAs, etc. And it's all just noise in our inbox. So all of this is now automatically deleted. And then the other half of that 50% is things like we said before. It's what time's check-in, do you have breakfast? The AI is answering all of those. And then the other 50% is pretty much new bookings. So we are now being able to focus on those bookings and revenue generating, and all the noise of the inbox is gone.
So that's really helping to deliver efficiency.
Yeah, it is. And I think we've also touched about like team a little bit, and another real key success, which again is only very new, but as we've implemented that into our customer service centre, we now have one of the customer service centre team joining our team in the digital experience team. So it's not always about roles, you know, being cut. It's actually this person is now really excited and motivated to move into a different area of the business, which is obviously we're all talking about it today, how much it's a focus.
Excellent. Thank you, Jo. And Jawad, what misconceptions do you feel hoteliers have about technology? So our non-technical colleagues, especially with cloud-based systems, and where do you see the opportunities?
I think one of the biggest misconceptions is really that cloud is just only for small hotels or it's not secure. That's not true. I think cloud is a platform more agile now, which enables and provides you tools to really integrate and provide the digital experience, the upscale, downscale, including looking at the possibility to integrate AI and future tech. PPHE, I think we're very much tech-led company, and we strongly believe that we have to go cloud. We look at wherever possible, adopt these technologies, because if you're not really moving towards cloud today's world, that means you're not only behind tech, you're behind strategy as well.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And that moves us nicely into the next sort of section that I wanted to talk about, which is frictionless journeys. So how can we use those technologies to enhance that experience? So Jawad, can you just spend a couple of minutes explaining how you're employing things like AI, Internet of Things and cloud behind the scenes at PPHE to enhance that journey from pre-arrival through to the post-stay experience?
Definitely. I think one of the unique, we were talking about AI since morning, and I think one of the unique position where it places us is just like any of the companies, we're not just only looking at to adopt system solutions which has the AI capability, we've gone and beyond that. We position ourselves, we're looking to build, we actually built our own an LLM, which is more own AI module, and training that. And as Joe mentioned, we actually utilizing the use case scenarios to go live with, for example, we have gone live with some scenarios for where the emails have been handled in central reservations automatically. The traffic is completely being responded with depending on the case scenario. For example, if someone is looking for a dress or a specific location, dress code, etc., those emails are filtered in thousands on daily basis from there. So our approach is not to only go and look at and utilize the system's AI capabilities. It's more of build our own platform where tomorrow, if we need to unplug and plug a solution, it's a very easy process. Imagine the effort you put in place on solutions to integrate. Tomorrow, when it needs to be replaced or changed, it's a big job. And to do that, we're trying to more incorporate, enhance, and build our own AI platform there. So we have, looking at the whole journey right now, from the different scenarios, from right now looking from kiosk implementations to other systems where the whole check-in, check-out journey has been reevaluated, and we're incorporating, looking at how we can create a seamless experience.
Okay, and Joe, from your guest-facing perspective, how do you decide which technologies are capable of truly supporting your brand promise and which are just distractions? Because there's a lot of noise out there across the industry.
I mean, you can imagine the amount of emails we get with new ideas, oh, what about this from our hotels as well? But we see that also as a benefit, that they're keen on implementing these things. But I think there's two things, and it's, does it enhance the guest experience or does it enhance the team experience? And when we're talking about the guest experience, we've spoken about it so many times, but is it personalisation? Is it effective for them? Is it a choice that they're asking for in our guest reviews? You know, we have all this data there that we're using our guest reviews to be able to move forward with our digital experience. And then for our team, again, it's been spoken about already this morning, but efficiencies, you know, that's what it's about. Our team are frustrated because they're still doing the things that they're doing when I was a front office manager, and as we know, that was a few years ago. We're still doing that. We're still doing manual room allocations. We're still doing balancing in the hotels of the room types. We're still doing all this. And I think there's so much opportunity that we can make the efficiencies so we can shift the focus. Then people who are doing that now in the back office still, we can put them into our lobbies to welcome our guests.
Great, thank you. And back to you, Jawad. How has adopting a cloud-first architecture helped to unify platforms? How do you scale across the whole group of properties?
Of course, the cloud overall, I think, has been a game changer for us, especially because one of the last sessions, it discussed about a very great point. The systems are running in silos, and that's the real truth in hospitality. We have a lot of profiles and a lot of different systems, and how to bring actually one central database to build a relationship. So we took a route where overall all solutions are dumping data into one centralized platform, and where the data has been built with the relationship to utilize BI reporting. A very unique model as well in our hotel and our brand. The team members are not used to use system reporting capabilities. In fact, instead we use our central reporting, which also helps to look at how we can really bring a traffic to real-time traffic, change the connectors from system to systems to our own malwares. Again, it brings flexibility to change. And I think that's one of the biggest shifts we all need to look at, how really you best utilize the data, and a meaningful data, which helps the team to look at and create a personal experience or a really seamless journey for a guest as well.
Great, thank you. And how does that enable your teams to respond to guest needs more effectively, Joe?
I mean, once you've got all that data in one place, you can utilize it.
It's real value.
You know, before that it was, you have to look in here, we have to look at here for our guest data, we have to look at here for our service optimizer. All of it's now with it in one place. You can really, everything we said about, it's not just about the virtual agent answering emails, it's that insight you get from that. So knowing why they're booking, what questions are they asking, what do they want to know about our hotels. We can obviously take all of that now. We have our top 10 things of what our guests are coming, why are they emailing us. And then that's where we can, you know, we've got our digital marketing team, we've got people in the audience that then you can use that data and say, okay, we need to adapt this, we need to change this. because this is what the guests then, it's going to enhance their experience. So
it's providing real valuable insights.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think one of the key difference here really, some businesses look at, adopt and really connect with partners to really enhance their AI capabilities. Our approach, our vision, PPH is slightly different, where we want to look at and really build our own AI module, not only to connect hospitality front-end guest-facing solutions, also the back-end solutions. For example, it's a procurement system to your HR system, to financial systems. So it becomes one centralized platform. Just like today we use ChatGPT, literally anyone, anywhere in our team member, just with writing a simple text can extract the information. Of course, with permissions. Not every data is going to be available to everyone, but that's kind of a vision we're looking at.
Great, thank you, Jawad. So next section, on the ground, collaboration and change. I think we've touched upon, or some of the earlier sessions have touched upon how challenging delivering change across the organisation can be. So what's one lesson you've learned when rolling out the new tech across your properties, particularly when you're bridging technology and operations? First to you, Jawad.
I think the change in terms of technology, whether it's the front of house or back of house, is not really a change in technology. It's really includes the changing and adopting the processes. And that's where I think Joe and the team playing a massive role to kind of, I always use this kind of a phrase that is a bridging between IT and hotel operations team, to really look at the entire guest journey and how tech can actually create a difference. It's, in the past, it used to be a function where there's a need, a transactional need to adopt a software, but now things are changing. Now it's shifting towards more adopting a solution and look at how we can improve the efficiency of team members to further shift the need of their, they can provide much better services within the business, really.
Yeah, thank you. And Joe, how do you keep the front office hotel teams, or the teams that are dealing with guests on a day-to-day basis, engaged when you're rolling out these changes? What are the key factors there?
This is making sure from the very beginning our operational teams are involved. I mean, it's absolutely key to us. We're so passionate about it that whatever we're doing from a tech point of view, we are straight from day one speaking with the ops teams. You know, Jawad said about kiosks. You know, we are looking at kiosks in some of our properties, and we made sure that we're having these conversations with the team on the floor, because it's very easy to say, okay, a kiosk and put it in the reception. It's not that easy. You know, what we want to be able to do from that, and what we don't want to lose. I think we've mentioned about upselling before, but another thing, you know, operations are very passionate about certain elements of what we do. Yeah. We've mentioned about charity, and something when we're putting in, say, a kiosk, they're really passionate to make sure we have a scheme which we call our eco program. So if you opt out of housekeeping, we as PPHE give £1 or €1 per night to Just a Drop charity. And it's incredible. We've got this incredible partnership now with Just a Drop, and we've raised nearly like £500,000, and all that money is going directly to charity events all over the world. But we're really seeing what we're doing with that money, and then our guests see that. And we said before about they care about what we're doing as a business, and they get to see it when they're coming into our hotels, where that money is going. So it's an operations that they're such advocates of making sure that this happens as we still bring in tech.
If I may add one more point, I think the tech is no longer limited to just a technical team or IT department. We, especially in PPH, is a real example where you pick up a department, you find a tech person there, and HR to... We don't call you IT. Exactly. So I think it's that bridging the gap and having experts in our old specialized area, whether it's revenue, it's guest experience with the front desk or HR, that actually helping massively to actually really initiate and live and work towards our vision to implement all the AI and digital services across the business.
That's excellent. We're running a little short of time, so I'm going to whip through the last few questions and ask for very quick responses. So, touching on data privacy and personalisation, your new systems are obviously enabling you to develop valuable insights, as you've already said. How do you ensure you're maintaining strict privacy and security standards, Jawad?
So one of the first things, we are working on some of the massive projects, which includes wherever possible, we have migrated to cloud solutions, plus including we are also in a biggest transition to moving to cloud, Google Cloud, GCVE, which is virtual environment, as well as the Google GCP, which is cloud computing. So within a very short time frame, we're going to be completely sitting in that platform, along with other SaaS platforms. Data privacy is one of the huge topic, and we work very closely with our partners, making sure they are responsible mainly for the infrastructure, and we make sure we have a proper solution internally to look after the user management, change control processes, proper auditing, and a shared responsibility to manage that.
Great. And Joe, what does personalised service look like, and how do you ensure the technology is enhancing and not replacing the human touch?
First thing is about guest choice. I think guests want the choice, and they want to be able to. It's gone of the days of just coming in, checking in a reception desk. There's the online check-in. We're looking at the kiosks, and guests want the choice. I know we're talking still about the personalised touch, the human touch, but we do have the guests, which I don't think we've really spoken about this morning, that don't want that as well. They do want to just check in and go to a room. They're staying at your hotels every single week, and they want that effective check-in. So making sure they've got the guest choice, and then also it's seamless. You do have that whole. I know we're on tight schedule.
Thank you. I'm going to wrap things up with a couple of quick-fire questions, and so the first thing is, what would you say is the most overhyped hotel tech trend?
We all know. AI.
Yeah.
Without even joking, though, I think it's really useful. We've given examples of where it is like exceptionally useful, but it's not the answer to everything.
And not, as we've heard earlier, not every situation is ready for it yet. And one word to describe the future of the hotel guest experience, Jawad.
I think it's automation, really. It's a full automation.
I was dabbling with personalised. We said it so much, I'm going to say intuitive.
Excellent. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you on the stage and speaking with you. So if you have any, obviously we don't have time for questions, but if you have any questions, please grab these. Oh, do we? Anyone got a question?
And not these at the front that work for us, by the way.
Not the rabble. We have a question. Brilliant.
Yeah, there's Jack.
Hello. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Great.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Great panel, by the way, guys. Hey, Jawad. Hey, David. Hello. Kim from Tiger TMS. One thing I'd love to know in your position is when you're choosing to invest in tech, where are you looking first? Are you looking at customer satisfaction? You're looking at shareholders? Like, where does the demand tend to come from, where you'll then say, there's absolutely a need here? Like, what's the critical decision criteria for the drive to decide to invest in tech?
I can answer this question. I think it's, please add. I think we are, again, as I mentioned, we're in a very unique position in terms of our leaders. Their mindset is anything which can improve the processes, minimize the time, we want to adopt. We are a very tech-led company. There are a lot of other initiatives in the background we're working right now, and all leading towards how anything can make improvements towards the guest satisfaction, guest journey, definitely, and it needs to really make a sense.
I think we can also go back to the kiosk. We're on this journey at the moment, so soon we'll be doing a pilot with that. But our senior leadership team are fully involved in this, and it's not just about putting the tech into the business. I mean, the big thing we're doing with kiosks is hosting them. So we will have that host, you will get there, and all about enhancing the service. So when we are adding in the kiosk, we're not saying we're adding a kiosk to speed, even speed up a check-in. It's around enhancing the guest experience, and that's what the voice is coming from the very top. about that's what we're doing it for. So I think
How cool is the PPHE leadership team is you throw an idea that we want to implement AI, they will give you 5 use case scenarios to go and implement. That's how smart they are. So it's always, it makes it help you when you work with such leaders where really actually they understand, realize the technology and tech, they want to make difference there through the tech. I hope that answers your question.
That really did. Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Any more questions? The mic is closer to you.
No?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you,
the
everyone.
panelists,
Thank you,
everyone.
guys.
Amazing.
Thank you.